Hello. So this is kind of a different video. I'm going to be talking to you guys about social media and how to market it and use it for your business. So I had a lot of feedback on my recent posts about this topic, and I don't know if you saw in my stories that I put up yesterday that I asked who would be interested in a social media class, and I had a lot of people say yes. So I just thought I would maybe start building a little bit more on this topic on my page with some video content that you guys can save and like refer back to or engage with and ask questions, because it's something that I think everybody kind of struggles with. I mean, I struggle with it even though I'm very active on Instagram and try to make it look like I have my shit together. I don't all the time. So, but through the last year or so, I've really learned and grown a lot on the platform. So I just figured I would share what I knew and what worked with me or worked for me with you. So I'm gonna try and keep these videos a little bit more short and concise because no one has time to sit and listen to like me blabber for an hour. So I'm just gonna share with you my first few tips, which is basically how to start your business page and what to keep in mind and those questions to kind of ask yourself when you're first getting started. So I'm gonna dive right in. And number one is, what is your page's purpose? Are you, chances are you're probably a small business owner, or maybe you're doing like a side gig, side hustle kind of thing, and you need to ask yourself, who is my dream client or my dream, customer, whatever, and really speak to them. And this was really hard for me because I'm not great at like being super specific, but the more specific you are on who this person is, the easier it's gonna be to speak to them. So for me, I am a hairstylist, so my like dream client is someone who is, can relate to me on being maybe a mom, likes to get delicious coffee, shows up for their appointments on time, likes to read the same types of books and listen to podcasts and educate themselves, and, buys product from me because they trust my opinion and what I have to say and my education, and they value the things that I'm willing to share with them. So that's who I keep in mind when I'm talking to my audience. I have short hair myself, so I do love to cut and style short hair, but my main goal is to get women in my chair who want to grow and better themselves. And even if that means just trying something new and fresh with their hair, it doesn't have to be, a drastic length change or even a drastic color change, but someone that's open to change and open to talking about what's going to make them feel and look the best. That's kind of who I cater to. So it's a lot of like empowering quotes and, sharing my story to kind of connect with people. And it took me a long time to feel comfortable enough to do that. So if you're not quite there yet, that's okay. But just try and keep in mind, who you're trying to attract, and really, really cater to that person every time you post. So, and again, going back to your page's purpose, once you realize who your dream client is, you can really then narrow down your page's purpose. So for me, for a long time, I kind of had a grasp on my dream client, but I knew I wanted to build my business. So I was catering my posts to clients. I was showing a lot of my work before and after, giving, tips and tricks and all sorts of fun stuff. And it really grew my business. And so over the last year, I don't have a lot of space for new clients. So I started to change the course of my page into incorporating business tips and tricks, because I feel like I have a lot of that knowledge and education to offer. So, you don't have to like pick something and stay there forever. Like there's always room for change and always room for growth. So keep that in mind as well. But when you're first starting out, it's really good to have these two things narrowed down: dream client and page purpose. And, you know, for some people that's like, I want to educate. So I want to educate other small business owners on how to brand themselves, or I want to, you know, educate people on how to eat and grocery shop on a budget or something. I don't know, whatever. It can be literally anything, or you're just trying to get new clients for whatever your business is. So once you know those two things, you can really hone in on that and think about that for every post. And I recommend, especially for hairstylists, to kind of put yourself in a specialty place. So kind of maybe choose what you think is, you know, whatever your goals are in your business, like, or whatever you really love to do the most, you feel the most fulfilled doing. Maybe start positioning yourself as a specialist. And that doesn't mean overnight you go from, you know, charging $80 for a highlight to, okay, I'm going to be a blonding specialist, and now you're charging $300 for a highlight. That's not what I mean. I just mean people really like to know exactly what you have to offer, and sometimes having a specialty can really help with that. So for a long time, I like to do everything. I was very, very adamant. I am not going to specialize. I'm just going to do it all. And it just got to a point now, you know, over 10 years later, I am a blonding specialist. I mean, that's really my clients, you know, they love to come in for these transformative hair color appointments, and I really enjoy doing that for them. So I have a lot of before and after photos on my page that really caters to that audience. And it kind of happened naturally and organically. So I now am more aware and I now market myself that way. But it took a lot of years because for a long time I did everything. I did colors, cuts, short, long, you know, weddings, vivids. I never did braids because I can't braid. But, you know, I did all those things. And now with the clientele that I have, I'm totally okay with saying I'm a blonding specialist because it's true. So if you want to go down that road, take a hard look at who your dream client is, and if that person doesn't get a pixie cut, then don't market pixie cuts. If you do them, maybe just don't put them on your page, or put them on your page every once in a while and just say like, look at this, I love this client, I've been doing her hair forever, I just like, you know, love how she lets me be creative, blah, blah, blah. But don't necessarily say like, you know, click the book tab in my bio to get in for your pixie cut if you don't want to do pixie cuts, right? That makes sense. So moving on to business profiles. So we've gone over your page's purpose, your dream client, and maybe being a specialist in something. And basically those are all kind of things you can really think about before you like dive into an actual Instagram page. But once you do, if you have a business that is making you money and you're wanting to grow and earn more money by being online, I highly recommend opening or starting a business profile on Instagram. And if you don't have a business profile, I recommend switching to a business profile. So there's not, I mean, as far as like the way your page looks, there's not a lot of difference. Basically, a business profile is going to have, they're going to have these tabs. So if you go to my page, you'll see like there's these tabs. It's like contact, book, I think there's a third one, but now I can't remember what it is. But basically it's whatever contact information you want your viewers to see or have. It'll have an area there. So I think there's like a text option, which I don't need the world having my phone number. So I have my email on there, my business email, and a link to my booking site, which is awesome because it's like so easy. And then other than that, it really looks the same as a personal profile, but as the person behind the profile, you can go into a business page and look at your analytics, and it's just really nice to have to see, you know, what posts do really well, what your clients are really looking at, what times they're on Instagram, so you can have a better idea of when to post your content. It really, I mean, you can like dive real deep into analytics. I personally only dive like shallowly into it because, you know, I feel like there's so many things for me to do that like sitting and analyzing my page is kind of low on my list. But when I was first growing and growing at a rapid rate, it was so helpful. So, you know, because of the analytics, I will say to definitely get a business profile. It also just makes you feel a little bit more businessy, which maybe it makes me take it a little more serious. But obviously you want your page to not be private. I think that goes without saying, because otherwise people won't be able to find you, they won't be able to tag you, any of that. So in your business profile bio, this is very important. I never knew how important this was until more recently, probably, I don't know, in the last year or so. So you're gonna want to have who you are, what you do, where you are, how to book, and a professional looking headshot as your picture. So we'll get through all these things. So first of all, who you are. So basically when you go in to edit your profile, it's gonna say like your name. I don't know if it says business name or your name, but wherever it says name, you wanna put in your title, which is like basically what you do. So for me, I put Bay Area hair and makeup artist. And then my name, I think. But my name is really long, so I can't remember now if if the whole thing fit. But what you want, so what happens when you put in your title, so whatever it is that you're doing, or if you're a specialist, like Bay Area blonding specialist, and then my name, whatever it is. So when people are searching, like literally, if they search for balayage and you have balayage in your name, you're gonna pop up. It's gonna say Bay Area balayage specialist, so-and-so. And so then your clients are gonna see that. So no one's gonna be necessarily searching your name unless you're like super big time, which maybe you are, I don't know. But I think that it's, you know, this was like a huge aha moment for me. So it's just so much easier. You have a lot more visibility. People see you easier when you put your title in the name section. And then what you do, you basically want to, you know, write down 3 to 4 specifics. I say probably no more than 3, but as someone who did not want to specialize for a really long time, I understand if you want to like put it all out there. So in the little bio section where you can like type stuff out, you know, have it be visually appealing. Don't have it be some like random half sentence thing. And I suggest putting like 3 specialties. You know, I think mine says blondes and balayage, lived in color, makeup, and vivids. It's a lot. I have a lot of stuff in there, I think. I should probably go in there and change it. But anyway, so you want people to know what you do. But if it's like extension specialist, color specialist, hair cutter, you know, bridal stylist, it's like, yeah, like maybe you do all those things, but maybe it's time to choose which 3 you want to really focus on, because people want to know that you're an expert, right? And you can't really be an expert in everything. Trust me, I know, because I've been there. So 3 specialties in the bio, keep it clean, keep it concise. You also want to put in your address. Like if you have a physical address, you want people to know where it is. So because I mean, I've been to people's pages before where I'm like, this looks great, but wait, where are you? Are you even in my town? Like, are you in Connecticut? I don't know. So, you know, even if you don't have say you work out of your home, you don't necessarily want to put your home address on there. Put, you know, like a city or an area, make it known where you're from. And also how to book with you. So, you know, you can put your booking link in the tab, which is great. You can also, like, I think what I have is, you know, I have a link tree. So when you click it, like a bunch of links pop up, and it's like, there's a link to my Yelp page, my Facebook page, my, what's the other thing? YouTube, my Amazon shop, and also my booking site through there, because I don't know, people like multiple options. So make it really easy for them to know exactly how to book with you. So you can say, you know, click the link to book, or email to book, or, you know, text to book, or whatever. And it gives people a very clean-cut way to know who you are, where you are, and how to get to you or contact you. And the professional looking headshot, you know, my headshot is not a real headshot. It's just a selfie, but nonetheless, it's fairly clean. You can see my face. Apparently it's a big deal when people can see your eyes. They connect with you more easily, and are more engaging and want to, like, you know, pursue things, I guess. So my suggestion is don't have it be a logo unless you're like a bigger business and your face is not your brand. But chances are, if you're watching this, you're a smaller business and your face probably is your brand. So, and if it's not, then we'll get to that in another video. But don't be afraid to show your face. Like on your page, in your profile picture, people want to know who they're talking to and who they're booking with. And especially in this business, if you are in the beauty industry, we're in such close contact with our clients. They definitely want to feel that, you know, they want to feel comfortable. They want to know who we are and what we have to offer and why we're the best match for them. Okay? So, in conclusion, what is your page's purpose? Who is your dream client? What are your specialties? And then get that business profile and your bio. Signed, sealed, delivered. Okay? So in the bio, who you are, what you do, where to find you, and a professional looking headshot. Okay? Start there, start collecting some photos, start taking photos, start thinking about, you know, colors and images that you like and feelings that you want to portray, and we'll go over all of that in the next one, okay? Have a great Tuesday, you guys.